addition to having the 10 habits that I'm living in 2018, there's some exciting news of how we are going to work the 365 days with you people in faith. Now, let me not explain it right now. I'm going to explain it after the 10 habits. So stick around till that point. Yes, so that you can be able to know that and be part of this amazing thing that I have come up with. This channel seeks to link the Word of God to the contemporary times and ultimately ensure that we are thriving in Christ. So if you're new here, please consider subscribing. So there are these memes that are going around. At some point, I'm now finding them hilarious, especially after deciding that this is what I'm going to talk about in my last video of 2018. Wow. I was counting the videos. I don't know if I saw there were 14 or 13 that I've been able to do. All thanks to God. I will insert that number here. I don't remember, but I was like, thus far, it is the Lord. It is the Lord. There are these memes that are going around, like I'm cutting off people. If you're viewing my status and you don't comment and you don't talk to me, I'm going to delete your number. All these toxic people, I'm deleting you. You know, I'm cutting off people in 2018 and 2019. I'm coming, new friends, new vibes, new positive energy. And I agree, there's a place for that. There's a place for just putting aside, or not even putting aside, but simply cutting off people who actually have not added value in 2018 and all that, and toxic friendships, and making sure you're not in that bracket of toxic friendships. But you know, at the same time, even as we think about cutting off people, maybe someone somewhere is thinking of cutting you off because of your bad habits. Maybe you've not thought of it that way. And many times as we begin the year planning, like, I will do this, I will do this, I will do that. Mostly it's on our own personal development. But sometimes, how many times do you sit back and think, I'm going to stop this bad habit? So I become candid with you in this particular episode. I'm not hiding anything. Like, I will give off my bad habits, and I really hope I'll be able to achieve not putting away those habits so that I may become a better person, so that I'm not cut off. And there's someone by the way who was saying, you people need to choose your friends wisely. In 2020, when you're going to 2020, we don't want you putting those memes around telling us that you're cutting off people. Better choose your friends wisely. So habit number 1 is being too busy for God. This year, okay, let me not bash myself a lot at Sana, but this year was my highlight when it came to spiritual well-being. Like, in terms of discovering my purpose, this is the year, like, I can say I know my purpose in life. Like, it is so clear in my eyes. It's so clear what I want to do and all that, and what God wants me to do. At the same time, this is the year at least I've read the Bible more than all the years when I have been born again, since I got born again. January, Heather Lindsey, I'm going to link all her details down in the description box, came up with a journal challenge where you journal what you read every day, the book that you're currently reading. And I did the journal challenge for quite a while, but I stopped. Then it became so busy. Like, my journal is very inconsistent, let me say that. And one thing that I have realized as the year was ending is that I usually, like, when I'm busy, like, for example, when school, like, there are exams, like, I get so immersed into the exams such that when I wake up in the morning, I'm thinking, I need to revise this part. I need to make sure that I have polished up this. If, for example, maybe I'm at home and then I wake up late, I'm thinking, I've not filmed the video for this. I need to do this. I need to do this. And I became too busy for God. I feel like sometimes I would put goals like, today I'm going to set a weekend and go maybe to a prayer retreat alone on my own, and just, you know, spend a weekend with God. Then I don't do it because I feel like I'm so immersed in these other things that I become too busy with God. That's one habit that I want to get off. Like, I want to be those kind of, I don't know if they exist. Probably I am sure they exist. Let me not be so negative. Not everyone is like me. So I want to be that consistent Christian, that consistent person, that each day I will just have that time with God. It matters not if I have a billion things to do, because when a new year comes, by the way, we have new plans, and with new plans, more is expected of us. And I know this year, if I need to accomplish some of the things that I want to accomplish this year, then I need to do more work, and I'm ready for that. And with more work, I believe that I should commit to God more. So being too busy for God, like, that's one bad habit that I want to live in 2018. The second bad habit that I want to live in 2018 is abandoning myself. Okay, you're thinking, how abandoning yourself? Most times, okay, let me first start with the ministry side. Most times, like, for example, I am how do I put it, I am in ministry. Let me say I'm in ministry. We're all in ministry, by the way, but I'm in ministry, and I'm using social media to talk to people, whether it's through my WhatsApp status, whether it's through my Instagram stories, my Instagram posts, Facebook posts. I've been very dormant there, by the way. And whether it's here on YouTube, I am ministering. And most times there's that pressure. I don't know if fellow people who use social media to do maybe ministry can concur with me, but most times you find yourself immersed in, like, it's maybe 12, it's midday. Like, for example, like right now I'm shooting around 11 midday. It's like midday, and you're like, why I have not posted something on social media, and you're there looking for a verse or something, an inspiration to, to post, and then you abandon growing you. So you're more of, have I spoken to someone today? Have I inspired someone today? Have I done this? And sometimes even as I'm reading the word, I'm like, this one, if I post, it may help someone. And I know that's a good thing, but at the same time, I fail maybe to pause and think, I'm thinking this word may reach to someone, and maybe God is speaking to me. Maybe there are bad things that are in my life that I need to work on, and I don't know if I'm making sense, and I am busy thinking it's for another person. Let me elaborate more. Like, for example, when you go to church and then you hear preaching, you're like, Jerry should have been here, John should have been here, Job should have been here, this scripture ni yake. But most of the times, probably something it's speaking to you, and you're abandoning yourself. That is spiritually. And then another aspect is abandoning myself in terms of my own well-being. Is it mental health? Because sometimes you may get immersed in doing so many things that you forget about your mental health, about your well-being. Am I okay? And I had a video during the year about depression, and I'll link it down below, about depression. And sometimes we forget about ourselves. We are busy, like, doing things for others and everything, and you abandon yourself. Like, I don't know if I made sense in this particular point, but sometimes we abandon our own self-care. Sometimes it's ladies, like, your nails are not even done because you had to do this, you don't even make your hair on time or something of that. Maybe those have been struggles for me. It looks hilarious, it looks like, really, but yes, you abandon yourself and your own well-being and your own self-care because you feel you're immersed in so many things. I 100% hope I made sense. The third habit that I am living in 2018 is counting my chicks before they're hatched. Counting my chicks before they are hatched, aka oversharing. I talked about this in what video was it? It's not this one. I think it's the mini vlog about the rare camp. Also, I will link it down below. About when I went to rare camp to speak, and I was talking about the way I feel like I have been oversharing a lot sometimes, especially when it comes to my film, whatever ventures. Like, I post things before they hatch, or sometimes I am talking about things before they materialize. Sometimes it may not be on social media, but maybe I'm talking to someone, I'm like, oh, there's this idea that I want to do, and then afterwards someone is like, but you told me, Anne, you will do a feature film in 2018, and since 2018 is almost over, and obviously I can't hack that by 1st of December 2019, and as you're watching this on 30th December, those will watch this on the material day I release it. So oversharing, like, I want to reduce on oversharing. Sometimes I even overshare to those people that I consider to be very close, and I feel like sometimes maybe, like, I need to hold my horses. That's one bad habit that I want to get off. And sometimes it's even in our prayer groups. Maybe you're somewhere and you're like, oh guys, pray for me, there's this thing that I'm waiting for, and you explain and you elaborate, you overshare, and then you count your chicks before they're hatched. And why I'm saying it's not a good habit is because sometimes, where are you sharing? Are you sharing because sometimes I found myself sharing so that I can show people, well, by the way, I didn't forget about film, or by the way, I'm doing something in the film industry, or by the way, my YouTube channel is going, I'm going to have a YouTube channel by the end of the year. By the way, you when you're posting, and I have been talking about understanding your why, but when I am posting, I am posting so that I can show people, hi, hello, I'm still doing something in my life. So I feel like 2019, I want to share less, and I want to show when everything, like, I have figured everything out, and everything is now, the main product is ready, and as I'm sharing so that I can be able to inspire, or I am sharing so that now you can be able to consume that which I've created, because most of the times I create like content. Yes, so if you're there and you overshare a lot, it's not bad. People, we have different personalities, but I feel, don't count your chicks before they hatch. Yeah. The fourth thing is being too busy for the people who matter in my life. Starting off this year was 2020. Starting off this year, this is 2018, and also 2017, especially in 2017, because this is not something that I like did when I was getting into 2018. So I feel like I carried off those habits to 2018. I became so busy. There's this time, I think it was in 2017, I was immersed in so many things. Okay, I was in school. I was preparing for a certain short film that I was going to produce or something. And then I was doing my CPS course. It's another side course other than the law degree that I'm doing. Then what else was I doing? I think I was in leadership or something. I was doing a moot court competition, and then I was training drama for a certain high school, and I needed to go there every evening. There was so much. Like, trust you me, by the time that semester ended, I was like, you see the way we usually say that a huge log has just been taken off your back. That's how I felt. So so when I became immersed in all those things, what happened is that I put my friends aside. And I remember my friends cracking joke in school, like, why squeezy had to kupati, nowadays. And these specific friends, and they know themselves, and if they watch this wanajijua, they used to say like, hey, Anwe, uko hapa, and we're here and we're looking at you and we're like that, and you're not even spending time. And my BFF was so candid, like, hey, you're bonding your friend, your friends. You need to create, like, naruka my words, like, I'm thinking very fast. No, I'm speaking the way. Okay, anyway, like, and you're not even, my BFF used to say that, and you're not creating time for your friends, you're not creating time for me. And I was like, that time I was so defensive in my head. I was like, don't you see, I have so many things to do, don't you see? But nowadays I am like, you need to create time for your friends. You need to create time for your friends. And that is something that I want to do this year. Even if it means like every week I need to, maybe every week I need to call someone, text someone, or take someone out for coffee. By the way, come on, coffee. Take someone out for coffee, or just in a month, maybe meet up with those who are quite far and meet up with them. It's family, just being home and interacting with them, having filmed my videos, so I'm not coming home only to film or anything of that sort. And consciously creating time for my friends. I feel that was a very bad thing. And sometimes people was like, hey, and I know you're busy. I remember there's a friend in school who usually tells me that, hey, Miss Quizi sikuoni, but I know it's because you're busy. And nowadays it hurts me when someone says that, because I feel like I should create time more for my friends. And that is one bad habit. Like, I feel it's a bad habit I want to live in 2018, coming into 2019, because sometimes, we run out of time. Like, that friend may be here today, but may not be there in 2020. Then what happens? What will you say you did? Did you speak into that life? Maybe that person just needed your company, or needed to tell you a certain thing, but because you're busy, like, it's fine. The fifth habit that I'm living in 2018 is the comparison game. I was so skeptical about sharing this, by the way, because I felt like this may look bad on me, but yes, the comparison game. So I feel like I have been in that comparison game, and it has turned out to be toxic. Let me explain. I didn't know it until I bumped into a devotional, by the way, called The Comparison Trap, the YouVersion Bible app, which I talked about in another video, which I'm again going to link down. In fact, because this is the last video of 2018, I'm going to link down all my videos there. But when I read it, I was like, wow. It opened up my eyes, and I was like, I've been comparing myself too much. It may be also in the YouTube space. Like, okay, let me say things as they are. Like, maybe I may be on YouTube and I'm like, let me look at, okay, in 4 days I have gotten this amount of views. And I check another person. This person has this subscriber count and has, it became like, it was so toxic. So toxic. Like, I'm like, okay, so I'm doing well. Okay, so I'm good. So I am happy. Okay, it's fine. And then I am like, okay, then I maybe go to another aspect of life. Maybe it's on Instagram. I compare, I'm like, oh, okay, I think I'm doing better. Or maybe in school, I'm like, you see, I'm doing so many things in school, and my GPA is still at this, it's still at this. It became toxic, and my eyes have been opened the last few weeks. And why I'm sharing this, it's not so that you guys unsubscribe and something of that sort, but so that you can see, like, we are all struggling in all this Christianity. And even when I talk about godliness with contentment is great gain, sometimes we speak about it, but maybe it's not becoming real in our lives. And ask yourself, have you been comparing yourself with other people? Because there's one thing that devotional spoke to me. It said, whenever we are comparing ourselves with other people, whenever we are comparing ourselves with other people, whenever we will compare and feel like we are at a better place and then we are happy, then that means that we are being happy because of someone's misgivings or someone's failure or something of that sort. And it really reached to me, and that comparing game and thinking like, I am single, she's single, all those comparison and comparing yourself and thinking, I am 21, I've done this and this and this person is 25, so that means it's crazy, it's overwhelming. And that's one thing that, and sometimes you do it subconsciously, guys. Sometimes you do it subconsciously. So soul search, I think that's the right word. Jiangalia kwenye moyo, look at your soul, soul search yourself, and simply just soul search and know and find out, not to know, but find out whether you're in that comparison game. The sixth habit that I'm living in 2018, which actually I think as the year went to a close, I was getting better at it, is having so much tension and so much worry. Like, I worry a lot. I get a lot of tension, like a lot of a very small things, by the way. Like, it may, hey, let me even tell you, do I have this bag? Okay, let me get this bag. I'm coming. This bag, I usually place like my, what is it called, my mini tripod that I have to place on a huge chunk of books, so that I can get this angle. I really hope I'm in frame or something. Yes, I usually place, this is like my gear, like selfie stick, then the tripod, then charger, and yeah, and all those things that I need for filming. So I wasn't getting this bag. So I got a lot of tension, and I was like, I'm not filming this for the second time, because I had tried filming this at another place I was in during the holiday, because I thought that place looked really cute, but the lighting was so bad. So I got a lot of tension, and I'm that kind of a person. I can't find something within 2 minutes. I have a lot of tension that I even get angry. Sometimes it's worry over small things. Like, for example, I may be waiting for maybe results, and I'm so worried. I don't know what will happen, or maybe something is going wrong and it is not going as the way I want. I worry a lot. And yesterday I was watching a YouTube video of 100 and Sharon Mwangi. I really love these ladies. They're Christian. They are Kenyan YouTubers, lifestyle vloggers. And they're talking, and they were saying that worry never looked good on anyone. And I don't want to worry. Like, I want to surrender totally to God. One thing that I have been learning as the year came to a close is just surrendering to God. Like, surrender to God. The moment you surrender to God, and I'm also speaking to myself, by the way, the moment you surrender everything to God, whenever you do your part, if that part needs to be done by God, He will do it. Like, mwachie yote ni yake, mpe yote. Give God your all. Translation from Swahili. Give God your all, because you're all, in Him you have your being, you live and you have your being. Give it all to God. And don't have that worry and that tension, because what can you do? You can't find this bag. Like, I won't call it, like I won't say, hello bag, where are you? You know, it's not like a person. So I really need to be like, God, I need to calm down, I need to find this slowly. And no, that is one thing that I, like, sincerely, I really want to live in 2018. The seventh habit that I want to live in 2018 is not taking care of my own body. I was having a discussion about being big and being small with a friend of mine yesterday, and she was like, okay, it's a photo that I shared of myself, and then she was like, and I was like, I've never been small all my life. Okay, it's not that I'm planning to be small, by the way, but I've never been small all my life. And then she started talking about, what her 2019 physical goals are. And I remembered in 2018, I started going to the gym in January. By March, so much, when schoolwork became too much, because I was doing a course, I do another course, CPS course. I'm almost done though, hopefully. So the CPS course, and then I was in leadership. There was so much going on when the year started. So by March, it was so overwhelming going in the evening, because in the evening I have meetings, there were so many things that were happening. So I stopped. I was like, I think I'm too busy. Then when I started my internship, I did my internship around school, so it's near that gym. So I started going in the morning. Then it so happened the trainer stopped coming. I don't know, it was a sign or something, but stopped coming, and I stopped going. And it's a friend of mine who usually asks me about my progress. Yeah, that is what happened. So, but in 2019, I want to get serious, and I'm not starting it in January. There's this thing of, I want to start my habit in January. I know when I want to start, and when I do, and when I get, when I maybe get into 3 months into it or 4 months into it, I may share that with you guys. But simply taking care of your body, I mean, we don't have this conversation most times, especially people like me who don't have moral authority to talk about it. But what you take in your body, or what you feed yourself, is really important. If it's water, like me, like I can take a whole week, guys, a whole week na sijakunywa maji, like I've not taken water, and I'm just okay, and I'm just fine. I've never like fainted because I'm dehydrated, but my I don't know who scared me and told me that because I'm not taking water, my kidneys may not be, as in, like, my kidneys may fail, like something like that. It scared me. I took water that day. I really took water that day. That reminds me that since the week started, it's on Friday. Yeah, I'm posting this on Sunday. Now it's on Friday, and bado I have not even taken water, guy. Yeah, I want to take water more. Even for the purposes of my skin. Like, I really want to take care of my body. Like, I want to be, that person who takes care of my body, like, full. If it comes even to style, if it comes to, like, I want to leave that habit of just abandoning myself. I think this also ties to the second point that I talked about, abandoning myself. Like, I just want to take care of my body. The eighth habit that I want to live in 2018 is not, like, allowing people into my space so much that it becomes toxic. And I started cutting off people, and then it's like I'm double-minded. I'm a watermelon. But it is because sometimes I usually, like, my friend usually tells me I'm too polite. I'm too polite, like I'm so wishy. But what, maybe I am, by the way. But I feel like sometimes I have allowed people into my space so much, it became toxic to me. It got into my head because I am letting them, and there's this meme that I saw that I'm going to insert. Like, sometimes you squeeze your, how do you put it, I want to stop squeezing myself, forcing myself to enter into a table, squeezing my chair there, and trying to convince people who I need to be at that table. So I want not to allow some people too much into my space. Like, I want to have that small circle, that, like Jesus, the way he had those 3 people, and those 3 people used to walk with him and go pray with him and all those things. I really need to do that. Not that I'm cutting off people, but in terms of acquaintances, close friends. Because let me tell you, sometimes some people, you call them your close friends, but they're the ones who are draining you off. So you need to be real with yourself, and that is one thing. And simply allowing people into my space because I'm so wishy. I want to leave that, but I want to be so stern and candid with exactly what I want and exactly who I want into my space and what I want them to know about me, about what's happening in my life. Like, yeah. Hope that didn't look salty, by the way. The ninth thing is This should have been the third. But the ninth habit that I'm living is being too much on my phone. That is recording it right now. Being too much on my phone and then abandoning my reading goals. Like, I had reading goals when I started 2018. Like, I was to read, how many books was I to read? I was to read 12 books. Yes, I was to read 12 books in 20. Like, I had just a goal of having 12 books. You know how many books I've read? There's a book about manufacturing industries or something. It's in the context of manufacturing industries, but it's simply about your goals and setting your goals and being more productive. That my dad gave me. I read like a few, like I reached like page 50 or 60. I stopped. Then there's this faith, the link with God's power. At least I'm at, what chapter am I at? I'm at chapter 17. It's up to chapter 27. So maybe I've tried. Those are the only books that I have read. And right now I have like the Proverbs 31 woman book. I have I did a picture. I think I'm going to capture some of the books that I had bought. I have not read them. Some soft copy, like Becoming a Michelle Obama. I've only read one page. And sometimes I find myself, I'm like, let me be on Instagram. Let me reply to these maybe messages. Let me do this. Let me do this. Like, my goal, let me say it. Maybe sometimes you're afraid to say my goal because sometimes you're like, I said it, but I didn't do it. But this one I can say. This is not even counting my chicks before they hatch. Yeah. My goal this year is to read 48 books. And I'm going to like keep this clip so much. My laptop, I will make sure it's the end. I'll keep this clip so that at the end of the year, I really want to do that. Like reading a book a week. And it looks over ambitious, but I know even if I don't do 48, at least I may fall at 20. So that's my goal. Like, I want to read a lot, read more, and engage more with myself, and like not be so much on my phone. I talked about phone addiction. I have tried, but when I'm idle, I find myself, instead of thinking of picking a book, I'm thinking, let me pick my phone. And that habit, like, I want to stop it. I want to stop it. When I'm on, maybe I'm in a personal car, I don't have a car, like maybe I'm in our family car or something, like, I pick up my book over my phone, because in a matter too, I'm so afraid I can't even remove my phone. The last habit, which is not obviously the last, there are other habits maybe which I'm not remembering right now, but I will remember, and I'm going to keep stock of all of them, and I hope you're doing the same for yourself. The last habit is expectations from people. Expecting so much from people that it becomes draining on myself. You know, like when I started my YouTube channel, let me say the truth, when I started my YouTube channel, there are those people that I knew would stick out and, you know, support me and promote me and do all those things. But guess what? They were not even watching my videos. Like, I got to know because someone is like, I will watch your videos. See, you have done like 2 videos. And that time I've done like 8. So, and I was like, what, really? Like, there are people I needed to stick out, and sometimes I start having fault with them, like I am angry at them, but maybe it's other circumstances that make them not to do so, or maybe they are not just into it, and maybe God is just showing me, don't depend on people, but depend on me and my strength. I'm the one who gets viewers. I'm the one who impacts people. So even if you're seeing like people are not being impacted or getting born again through your content, don't be dismayed. I am the one who is in control. And sometimes we expect so much from people, such that when you don't get that so much, it becomes so bad. So our habit is like, when I'm doing something, like in my head, that I will be putting God in the center of it all, and not people, and not counting on, you know, if I have this person, this person, and this person on board, then I'll be good. It's important to be able to rely on human manpower and all that, but at the same time, just put God at the center of it all. From all these, the bad habits that I want to live in 2018, I wanted it to be like, I had thought of another whole video idea, but this came in my heart, and I was like, let me be candid with you people. And I thought, let it not stop at me saying, at me talking about the 10 habits or the 20 habits or the habits that I'm living in 2018. What if we walk through this faith journey together, like step to step, from day 1 to day 365? So you may be wondering, so what do you mean, Anne? Yes, this is what I mean. So I'm going to document like my faith journey in 2019. So I'm calling it my faith diary. I'm not going to do it on YouTube. I'm going to do it in a blog, and I've set up like the WordPress account and everything. I'm just remaining with the design things and everything. So tomorrow being Saturday, I'm going to do that. blog on 31st, and then on the 1st I'll do like a kind of Instagram live. I don't know about Facebook, but I'll do Instagram live. I'll do some IGTV videos and some WhatsApp videos explaining it. And if you want to be on board, like for example, if you usually get my YouTube videos through WhatsApp, you will inbox me and tell me, and I want to be part of my Faith Diary community. If it's on Instagram, if this will come through you Instagram, then, and especially even those people who just follow me on YouTube and all that, you can comment down below. No, I think the best part would be you giving me your email address down below. Or if you're not comfortable doing that, Instagram Joroge and 254, follow me on Instagram. Then you're going to like DM me. Then I'm going to put, like, I'll be sending you a direct link on your Instagram of this particular Faith Diary. I'll be doing it weekly. So on the 1st, I'll have one, on the 8th, on the 15th, like that. And I'm going to be candid as possible. So the events that take place through the week, even if it's a place I went and I gossiped and I did something like that, like, I want to be vulnerable to you people and show you that the faith journey is not about all figuring it out. Like, I know we are in that journey of figuring it out, but we are not all perfect and we can grow in this. So hence the idea of the blog my Faith Diary. So I also have an email address, so if you want to reach me out through email, faithdiary254@gmail.com, which I'm going to link down below. So if you want to be part of it, just comment down below, tell me what you think about this. Yes, so that is all for this week's video, and I'm very happy for all the support you've given me. I had no intention to start a YouTube channel January. Anyway, I wanted to use social media to preach Christ, but I didn't see this coming, but it came, and I'm so happy. Guys, I'm so happy for the support. 205 subscribers. Thank you for the 205 of you who have believed in me, for the people who always click on my videos, comment on my videos, like, even those who like, even if I don't know it's you liking. Like, thank you very much. God bless you. Thank you for journeying with me, and I hope 2019 will be bigger and better. Yeah, so see you next week. We'll be doing the very first video of 2019, and you don't want to miss this.